My parents don't really understand technology at all.
The internet has been around longer than I have.
I don't remember a time when there was no internet.
We don't use chalkboards, we use computers.
I would rather use a smartboard than a chalkboard.
The technology that I have at home is better than what I have at school.
The only computer in the classroom is my teacher's.
At school, I only get to use the computer once a week.
At home, I'm connected all the time.
I just grew up with computers, so they're easy for me.
I learn differently than my parents and my grandparents.
We don't have anything to do without technology.
I'm getting the training for jobs that don't exist yet, maybe.
I think everybody should have their own computer at school.
I'm training for the jobs of the future, not today.
In our world today, students are digital natives who have grown up all their lives with access to smartphones, tablets, and laptops, with unlimited access to the internet. Yet when they enter our schools, they find a 20th century classroom with a whiteboard, overhead projector, and old computers that they have to share with 10 to 12 other students. This would never function as a modern workplace, yet this is how we're teaching the workforce of tomorrow.
What we're seeing now is we're seeing students, many of our students, coming from homes in which they're connected 24/7, in which they walk around with some type of a mobile device, in which they have multiple computers at home, both desktops and laptops. And they leave all that behind and they walk into our school classrooms. There's a computer on the desk of the teacher, but not on the student desk. Some classrooms have smart boards. Not all classrooms do this. Students need to get up and go to a lab and share a lab amongst maybe 6, 7, 8, 900 other students in the school, so they have a schedule. Now think about that from where they come from.
They're so used to being on a computer and so used to video games and just more like the instant stuff. That's what they respond to. So for them to slow down and do the old-fashioned, here's your textbook, open it, is different for them. So the current challenge for those of us who've been around for a while is to adapt our teaching style to be able to meet the needs of the kids. And a lot of that is technology. It's getting ourselves up to date on it so we can then bring that into our classrooms for the kids.
In order for our community to continue to thrive, we need to provide our schools with the tools they need to stay ahead in the 21st century. Today's global marketplace requires our students to compete with students from other communities, as well as kids from around the world. For our kids to stay competitive and to meet these challenges, we need to provide our teachers and students with the technology and training that modern businesses use every day.
They're going to need to know how to use a computer, bottom line. So whereas before, previous generations didn't really need to, they could get away with it. Nowadays, you have to learn how to do a PowerPoint. You have to know how to type at a good speed. You need to know, especially with all the apps coming out. And when you go on to the business world, you're going to need to know how to do a spreadsheet and how to build a resume and all that stuff. So if they don't get that in the classroom, then they're going to fall behind.
They're expected to use computers once they get to the upper grades, and they're going to have to write reports and present multimedia presentations, and this exposes them to it now.
Anytime we can bring technology into the classroom and allow students to work with the materials that they're so used to at home, because these kids have iPads at home and they're using their parents' smartphones or their own smartphones. So it's so great that when we can bring it into the classroom, they can show us and teach us, hey, this is what I learned and this is what I like to do. So the technology opens the doors and allows the kids to see what they use at home, bring it into the classroom, and expand on their knowledge.
A 21st century education will teach not only reading, writing, and mathematics, but also focus on critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. In addition, the new assessments by which our students are being judged require computer and internet access, just like many college assessments. We need to start preparing our schools and students for the future now.
If we integrate technology the correct way, and we put it in where we're using the book and then we're expanding with technology, we make that happy medium. So we're not complete technology where the kids are not looking at books and not reading anymore. We just enhance it with the technology and incorporate it all together.
Schools are all about community, so we do need parents to contribute. We do need local businesses to contribute. There's a bunch of avenues for teachers to collaborate with parents and the community as far as businesses to get that support, because without it, there's just no way that the district can do it by themselves.
Fountain Valley School District's emblem is a lighthouse because it has always drawn families to the community who want the best education for their children. We need everyone's help to ensure that Fountain Valley continues to be a great place to live and learn, to make sure that our community stands as a beacon for what the future of education could and should be, and a shining example of how to mold the future citizens of the world.